Ancient prophecy speaks of a group of adventurers who will rise from the darkness to become heroes and to bring light to the entire world. Unfortunately, these are not those adventurers.
Hey! Bitch lizard!
Would it be possible for me to bonus action yeet Windy?
I get myself.
Welcome to Adventures and Initiative.
It's a shitty basket.
I'm not an asshole.
I'm the mad arrow stabber.
God help us all.
Hello and welcome back to Adventures and Initiative. We've missed you. I am your DM, Donna the Cleric. Will my players please introduce themselves?
I am the drunken monk playing the wonderfully spunky Blaze Kanagi.
Next, who's next?
It's
Fantasy.
me. Ha ha ha. Hi,
Fantasy.
Quay. I'm Fantasy Lover and I'm playing Selena. Yo.
Hello, I am the Beamer playing everyone's favorite redneck half-orc, Hug Yeatman, and it's good to be back.
Hello, I am Shop Goblin playing the ever tumultuous Kazian.
Hi, I'm Aludra. I play the D&D version of Xena the Warrior Princess, known as Loic Ehrenwert.
And you can wait our next person because you need to be introduced in game. And now it's Val's turn.
I am Noah Allen, aka Goondaddy, and I will be playing the smartass but endearing Valamund Draknak.
Accurate.
Alright, well,
Very true.
And welcome back, everybody. It's been a wonderful break. Oh,
We are back with the Isles of El.
yes.
Yes.
You
No
miss
thanks
me?
to me, because, you know,
Did you guys miss it?
I do.
yes.
Yeah.
It'd be
Everybody
nice not to
enjoy
be
their
playing
Christmas?
Ravnica for a week.
I know, right?
Ravnica's cool.
Fun,
I was
too.
getting tired of rolling 27s on stealth, man. I gotta roll bad now.
All right.
Yeah, way to
So-
freaking completely stealth through my campaign. Ninja.
All right.
Am I even really there playing?
All right, you guys. Should we get into it? Should we? Well, I don't think there's any announcements yet till we really start actually having it
We
complete.
can make a couple.
Okay.
Just of shows that we have started since the new year.
Yeah.
Being DM Junkies with Quay Orames, which is a smashing success. Our next episode will be next Wednesday, and will feature the Cloaked DM. And then our new kind of chat podcast show, The Long Rest, hosted by myself. And I had my first episode last Sunday. The audio recording of it will be going up next week. And I think that was pretty good. We ended up talking a lot about movies.
Yeah. And then we have Ravnica that started up. And
Yes,
that's
and
hopefully gonna come up soon. Sorry, you guys.
our new kind of posting schedule and streaming schedule, which I'll have to make some actual graphics for at some point. Which will be, we will be doing 1 week Ravnica, the next week will be Isles of El, and then those will get posted. I'm going to be swapping A and I so that it will be posting on Tuesdays, and Ravnica will hopefully be set up to be coming out on Fridays. Those may be alternating weeks, or it may just be a weekly thing, and then we have a week where we don't post them. We'll see how that lines up.
All right. I think it's time to get in the game, shall we?
Yes.
Val, would you like to tell us your journal entry?
Bonnie, take a letter. Day 1323, since mysteriously appearing in the pile of hay. Please, for the love of God, do not put down those stutters. I need to sound cohesive anyway. It's been that long since I've mysteriously manifested in that pile of hay all that time ago. I found myself traveling with a wonderful group of compatriots, as I've written in previous entries. We've taken a slight vacation of sorts here in the capital, and for 3 months I have been working alongside Blaze in not only learning the ways of his god, which is this brilliant, lustrous a luminous cosmic dragon, which I am so excited to be learning about. I've also been studying more in the libraries and helping other people. For example, the Loach, the dragon. She's taken
My name.
Yep.
quite an interest. Aludra has taken quite an interest in the language of Celestial, which I have been very fluent in. Very fluent in. And she has asked me to be her tutor. And so, nighttime, she and I do bond. We talk. I talk her through these exercises she was gifted. Him.
Get it on with the Dragonborn!
Oh God! All right. Yeah.
and such things. And every so often, Yeatman would burst in and ask me to also translate a few things. I don't know what he's doing with a particularly interesting book of spells, but that's none of my business. Well, me and Alud have actually become quite close friends. She even hyped me up and hitting on the librarian. Another one of my new responsibilities has been tutoring the young prince in things princely. Progress, as slow as it is progress. But he has excelled in other very interesting ways. He's become a very proficient in riding his now fully grown owlbear. The owlbear looks very smashing in his new armor, by the way. Very lovely indeed. Now, what new adventures lead us in the coming days and months? None may know. But shortly after the solstice festival of this winter, I found my dear pet Crux cradling a clutch of eggs. How exciting. Now, thus ends this entry. Bonnie, shut up.
All right.
Shut up!
Now, if you guys don't mind, I would like everybody, except for Blaze, Cassian, and Loach, to go into the other voice chat.
Oh, General?
Yeah, the general.
Oh, okay.
As I begin the beginning of this new arc. Alright. Let me know. Are they gone?
I am still
Okay.
here.
Oh. Everyone. Alright. Blaze, you awaken next to your lovely significant other, Flare, in bed, and is awoken by the cry of the town seeker, asking for Blaze Kanagi, Kazian, to come, because Loach, you still stay in the castle, don't you?
Yes.
Okay. You both come out. Kazian, you are given a present from the Queen, and it says, for your future endeavors, and the gentleman asks that you come with him. You guys stroll through your way through town, watching. You see all the stone buildings, beautifully made, and the stone walkway. Every piece intricately made, with slight damage through the years, but kept up nonetheless. And you are brought to the city walls. The gates opened to you, and everyone, and a particular air that's about yourselves. You are brought to the throne room, where the Queen is there sitting, and looking to be wearing actually quite nice clothing. She is adorned with purple and pink robes. She has on her head her very nice crown, which actually for the first time you guys see upon her, for she is not really known for wearing it. And she looks to Blaze and Kazian. Well, actually, first she's gonna go to Kazian and Loach. Be like, "Will you please join me upon the throne?" Where
Aye.
Okay. Fuck, I forgot Kazian's
Kazian.
voice.
Cassian goes to the right. Loach
course
comes
not.
to the left. And there, she looks at Blaze and says, Blaze, you have served me well in your quest and done above and beyond. I know the disaster of your village has happened, but we are rebuilding nonetheless. I thank you for all that you have done for us. And for that, I will bestow upon you, and I should have mentioned that your significant other is with you as well. And Flair, this title. Please, kneel.
I calmly take a step forward and go down to one knee.
She takes upon her, she sees a staff come from out of a ring within her hand. A large wooden staff, beautifully adorned with roses, white and red, and seems to have some thorns upon it, but nothing that would be, but it's more for aesthetic and less weapon. As you kneel, she puts her staff upon your shoulders and say, I now dub thee Lord and Lady of Norror Wey. May you guide your people in greatness. Blaze, you have served us well and done the job that you were asked, more than what you were even asked. And for that, you now are leader of your people. Now with that, there will be other things that you will be put in charge of. But for now, enjoy yourself. Lead your people well. As you might have known, your previous mayor passed within the fires. And though we've fixed a lot, there's still need for a leader. I hope you will take this well. I know you can be a bit hot-headed, but you have the job of protecting your people now. May you be strong. And also, I will allow you to know that there are still some threats from the Forest of Dread. Please, take a few guards with you from the city themselves and help your people. And with that, I say this. You may leave now home.
When she finishes speaking, Blaze stands up, looks her directly in the eye. Thank you for this honor you have given me. I shall lead my people with a firmly and fairly. I shall take my leave. My staff is available whenever you need it, my queen.
She bows her head and says, Welcome, Lord Blaze Kanaki, leader of Norror Wey. Okay. Then she turns to you, Kazian.
I will say Kazian just has the broadest smile on his face at that moment.
She looks at you and says, there are a few things that bring me a lot of joy within this command. There's much sadness within leading. You hold the weight of your people, and you do as much as you can to protect them, help them, and hope that they can grow. So with that, Cassian, take this ring, and it shows the seal of L which is basically it looks like the domed castle with the tree coming out from the back, or from within the middle, and it has a seal upon the ring. You take this and use it wisely in order to lead the people within the tree. And I will let you be the one to lift Blaze and bring him into lordship.
Kazian's going to slide the ring on and just take a moment and stare at it. And then he's going to step down a couple of steps from the plinth, not all the way to the bottom, but close enough that he can reach Blaze. And he's not going to lift him, he's just going to offer his hand. Rise, my friend, as you earned.
I stand up, reaching out and taking his hand.
Loach, you are actually quite... You've seen this done a few times within Borg and within the kingdom. It's a little different seeing it within this setting because you are used to more of like a temple, less life within the area, but it feels a little bit more reverent and the culture of it all. You are more of great warriors fighting and coming into their titles of knight and trusted through strength. It's very strange to see a time pass before a title is given. But you know that within this, there's time and thought brought into it. Blaze, go on your way.
Blaze is gonna reach out, shake Kazian's hand, and say, "You always had my back. This isn't goodbye. This is see you later."
Same to you, friend. Call if you ever need assistance. And maybe build the city of stone this time.
You think a city comprised of fire genocide would stay away from wood, but they didn't learn too much.
And Kazian's just gonna kind of give him that as they're exchanging grips. He's just gonna give him a bro hug and just pat him on the back. Travel well.
And with that, Blaze turns, takes Flair's hand, and bows to the queen and exits the castle.
Okay. The queen now turns her head to you, Kazian, and says, "Before I can give you full title prince, I must have you make a decision. Krya, or Searcher, whatever the name I just gave it, will you please go retrieve the party of Kazian?" Kazian?
Mother, we have a name.
Yes.
It is the Better Devils.
She kind of hesitates a little bit, looks at you.
He is just straight-faced smile, just the whole I'm not gonna laugh, but he knows how ridiculous it sounds.
Yeah. She's just kind of I understand.
Whimsically thinking back to her own party's name.
She's just I understand the need for a title of a party, but let's keep it. She just kind of laughs a little bit, smiles. She goes, "You might want your gift there for this one."
Kazian's going to unwrap it.
What you see is a fine set of leather armor, adorned more in a royal type notion. Make an Arcana check.
Arcana, okay. Three. I'm back. It's Cassian.
She sees that the queen sees your confusion on your face of like really looking at it, and she's just like, it's magical.
Oh. Thank you, mother. Sorry. Thank you, Your Majesty.
If you want, you can do. You can identify it.
Yeah, I will take. God damn it! I don't want to burn a spell slot. I will burn a spell slot.
An hour. You have about an hour
Okay.
until everyone's brought back. So.
Okay, so yeah, I will take 10 minutes and identify the.
So, what this is the royal armor of L. It is, I believe you're wearing studded leather armor, right?
Yes.
Currently? Okay, so it's studded leather armor. It gives a +1 to your charisma and advantage on persuasion checks. It also can help you when dealing with royalty notions, other charisma checks that can be added to proficiency. So when dealing with kings, people of power, you're gained proficiency within that thing. So it's a magic item that helps you within those situations. It also, I don't have the card on me, so I'm trying to remember everything. It gives you a +2 to your charisma, or a +1 to your charisma, and advantage on persuasion checks, and then when in a place of power, such as royalty, in dealing with others, it gives you proficiency within your charisma skills.
Okay, you'll have to send me the card. It's complicated.
I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm like, I have a lot of things noted.
Charisma, advantage on persuasion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is everybody back now? Where's Fantasy? Oh no, Fantasy's right there on the bottom.
Everybody's in.
All right.
And Kazian, once he's identified it, would take the time to put on the armor in like an ante-room and then come back.
Okay. There's a back room in the back where there's the large tree and such behind that. You would have known about this through being here for the last 3 months. That the tree is very close to the throne room, and that is a very spiritual area within the castle. So it has like a certain feel to it. Sorry, excuse me. As you guys are in, you see Loach, the Queen, and Kazian now in a fresh, clean set of armor that is actually well put together. It is like green with gold trim around it. It has buttons on it. It's kind of like a very fine soldier's coat, but he's wearing like slacks. He looks really well done, but it's still usable armor and such. It will take. Actually, wait, does it take? I'll get back to you on whether or not it tunes.
Yeah.
Okay. The Queen looks at you all and says, each one of you will be allowed a time to give your thoughts within this situation. But Kazian, ultimately, you will make the decision. And she says, please bring in the prisoner. And you see the throne room doors open up, and there, chained and muzzled, is Dracus, the red dragonborn, being brought in. And she says, I put you into this. He is the one that traveled with you. What shall be his fate? Kazian. And if you want, you can change this music a little bit so it's not so...
Don't really have... Well, maybe I have better music for this. Let me see. We have a lot. Arcane Anthem has given us a lot of options.
I know. Let me see here.
I'll just use this one. because it's a fun one, and it'll take a second for the music to change. It doesn't super duper fit, but I like this, so.
Okay. God, this music is so chill. It does not set the mood for a trial.
It does not set the mood
But
for
yeah.
a trial.
Nope, it does not. I was like,
Kazian's gonna kind of look at Dracus, and then he's gonna look at his friends, and just kind of give them a look like, anybody got an idea?
if anybody would like to, they can plead for his fate and the decision. So, Kazian, you're acting as judge right now, and the Queen is kind of acting as royalty among it.
Isn't a judge supposed to, like, not have an opinion?
Okay, fine. You're acting as a prince in deciding whether the judgment
I'm acting as a
or no. Lawyer,
yeah,
prince.
I'm acting as a lawyer or a magistrate for the situation.
Actually, the Queen is going to go to Dracus and be like, unchain his mouth. And a guard comes by with a key, unlocks his mouth, and says, "You may now plead
More
your
appropriate?
Yeah, much better. I like this a little bit more. You may now plead your stance, or whatever it is."
Your Majesty, would you like a record kept? Because I have a very useful item for that.
Julie, do the thing.
No. Because yes, that would actually be quite useful.
Bonnie, take a letter.
Okay.
Does Bonnie just write down whatever's said around her?
Yes, she just wrote down that.
I'm fucking Val's diary so much.
No, there's subjects. This is like a separate subject from my personal diary.
Okay, serious. Back to serious.
Okay, Drunk, you may come back to the speaking.
Dracus looks at the Queen, then looks at Kazian, glances at the rest of the party. Well, this is different. What happened to the half pint?
Left with his sister.
I kind of saw that coming. I cannot make excuses for what has been done. Terrible things I have seen. I can tell you this, it was not of my own control. I fought daily. Thank you for coming and looking for me.
Kazian's just gonna kind of not be able to meet Dracus's eye in that moment. And then he's gonna walk up and kind of look at his friends and see if any of them seem like they're gonna say anything before he turns to Dracus.
Would Loic be able to say anything?
Yeah. You're a point of royalty. You're allowed not to speak within the court. The Queen has basically extended to everybody within the party that you're allowed to speak within this court and explain your feelings about it. So,
if we're going on thoughts and feelings for Dracus, I don't know him very well, but when I first saw him possessed by whatever was ailing him, I felt as if there was great sorrow and sadness coming from this, and I don't think there was any bad. I don't think he was in control of himself.
Can I just would Blaze have left any information on what happened in the astral realm?
Yes. Actually.
There would have been a report about that.
Yeah.
In the last 3 months, and pretty much everybody other than Kaz saw it.
Yeah. Everybody except for Fantasy And yeah, Kaz. Fantasy Kaz and Knight
Huck.
would have seen it. Yeah, and
And Huck was off,
This,
dealing with
to
a
my-
fire
to the-
starter.
To the best of my knowledge, this is the first time Huck's ever even seen Dracus.
Yeah. But you also know the idea of that the way that this trial may come may decide the way
Yeah,
of the trial
I
of
do
Iris.
know that. I do know that, yes.
And you've probably been talking to Iris and figuring out what's been going on as well as she's been.
Yeah. Kaz is gonna once again just look at his friends, look to see if anybody has anything to say, and then he's gonna walk up, put a hand on Dracus's shoulder, and look him in the eye.
In my magical opinion, I did see all the darkness drain from his form while adrift in the astral sea. So, in my magical opinion, he's completely cured of whatever ailment befell him.
At that, even though this is a serious moment, at that, Dracus is going to kind of chuckle and look at Kaz and says, "You like the new look?"
It suits you better, friend. Now answer
The
me
queen-
this.
Oh, the queen pipes up after Val's movement. She puts her hands up and says, "Val, that is a good point. But is the man still due to pay for his sins, though he is not a part of them anymore? He has yet to take any punishment for the things in which he has done. And who knows what he did even before."
I do.
Dracus would look at the queen and say, "Trust me, I've more than paid with the anguish of what I've seen."
Kazin is going to look Dracus in the face, meeting his eye. "I did not look for you, friend. I thought you lost until you walked out and dropped that hood. But you fight alongside me still? Or will you rot in a dungeon?"
I raise my head at Kazin and I'd say, "You know, you always have my fist, as long as there's plenty of ale."
Then you are pardoned by the royal throne of El for acts not of your power. And my mother will see that done. And Kazian's gonna nod to the guards to unchain him.
Make sure you capture this moment, Bonnie.
I kind of lean in.
The guard. Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead.
The guards look up to the queen for acknowledgement, and she bows her head. And yes, and she says, "Kazian, your judgment within the mind of determining your people's fate has been proven to be clear. Val, may the writings of this court be put within the library, and let no one think of Kazian not to be a true prince. He has shown himself to be intelligent and a strong
Sometimes.
leader. We all make mistakes here."
Yes, Your Majesty.
I'm gonna
Bonnie,
lean.
shut up.
Dracus, you are pardoned. In Kazian, I leave him to be of your charge. May his actions be true and not fall upon you in any negative manner. You are free."
At that, Dracus would bow his head to the queen, and then lean into Kazian. And you still have my extra clothes. These black robes don't suit me.
I don't think we do, but I'm sure some proper attire can be arranged. Can we get monk's robes, please?
All right. The queen looks at one of the servants and bows her head and goes like, "Get him something decent." The servant runs off. Dracus is unchained, released of his bounds, and Dracus, you knew even beforehand that you were pardoned, no matter what. The Queen. This was actually a judgment to see if Kazian would be able to not withstand the having power.
With that little revelation, I kind of look Cassie in the eye and start chuckling.
Kazian's gonna look at Dracus for a second, and then look at everybody else and go, "Who wants some ale?"
Yeah.
Aye.
With that, Huck's actually gonna reach into his bag and pull out the 2 kegs.
No, Huck, you hang on to yours.
That's more like it!
We know where we're going.
Who's this big fella? I like him.
I just have to stop at the library first. File these papers away.
With that, I will actually toss one of the kegs to Dracus.
Dracus, you grab this. It's about what would you say, like a 5-gallon ale. It's quite hefty. It's stained wood, very well put together, and on the side of it is written. What was the name that we chose for your ale?
Did we say Bud Wyvern?
Yes. Sure.
Bud Wyvern.
I love
the name Buck Wyvern Ale.
This is the first I'm hearing of it. Oh my goodness.
That
He's
is
had
wonderful.
it the entire time.
Thank you for that. That just made my day.
Also, the Queen takes Nat off to the side and goes to Selena. Says, "My student, I have a present within Laron's workshop. If you feel the need to go receive it." After that, the servant comes back with robes in hand. They are beautiful gold and green robes. It's a little gaudy, but they'll do. And they're actually quite nice. They're silk within not made. And yeah, so it's kind of like green within the gold trim among them. The rope around you is gold as well. And it's 2 pieces. So there's pants and then there's the top. And such.
Is it bad that those colors, that color combo you chose reminds me of the Selesnya Guild from Magic the Gathering?
Maybe.
No.
I don't know.
God.
No, that's wonderful.
Right, but no, yeah, Kazian.
You're honestly matching a little bit of Kazian.
Yeah, once Dracus is robed, obviously pushing him into the other room because I guarantee he's going to try and change in front of my mother.
I totally was too. I totally was.
Kaz just kind of pushes him into the next room. Change in private, god damn it!
Make a strength
No.
check.
You'll never let me have any fun.
Hey,
Make
are
a
you
strength. Am I making it? Okay.
Dracus,
Strength
are you gonna fight him?
Strength or
Gonna fight him?
athletics?
Let me ask, actually, Dracus, are you gonna fight him on it?
Hell yeah.
Make combating strength checks. Thank you.
During this
Dirty
little
20! So 23, so he does win. Whoosh, a little bit of help here, please. As Kazian's just kind of pushing against him.
I'll give him a hand.
As I'm just ripping off the top of the
He's just
rope.
like, Dracus is all like taking off clothes, pushing off Kazian. He's like, yes, something nice!
I'll give Kazian a hand in trying to wrangle the.
All right, so you're able to get within that craziness. You're able to bring into it. You actually see the servant that dropped off the robes turn to the Queen and whisper something within her ear. And is anybody curious, wanting to hear that?
Oh,
Kazian.
yeah, kind of.
I'd imagine.
Kazian's just gonna kind of walk up.
I'd imagine me, Kazian, and Huck were kind of fighting while that happened.
All right, for anybody that's trying to listen to it, make a perception.
Okay, let's
Val's
see.
off to the library.
Ah, shit. I closed my character sheet. Fuck. Hold on.
No worries. Take your time.
Are we back in the main room when that happened?
Yeah, you guys are back into the main and everything. Like, you're still within the throne room.
Critical!
Woo! Okay. With your dragonborn ears, now tuned to the sound of it all, you're able to hear what the servant says is...
Oh, and I had rolled a 19, sorry.
Okay. You kind of pick up a few things, but Loach, you hear this. There seems to be, my liege, a dispute on the docks. At the docks about a sale and such. Also, your new mercenaries are here.
Does Kazian hear that?
You hear
With a 19?
You hear kind of like something going on at the docks.
Mother, what's going on what's going on at the docks? And he's going to close the distance so that he's not yelling across the throne room at her.
Okay. You come up to her, speak to her in like good tone, and she says, actually, with you now holding the title, this is something that you can do. There seems to be a dispute among one of the sellers at the dock with one of the incoming loads. Would you please take care of that for me? I'd very much appreciate it.
My pleasure, Mother. Anything else I can do before the celebration can begin over at Phillips?
Phillips? You mean Patrick's?
I always remember the name of the dog, don't I?
It's Henry is the name of the dog, and it's Henry's Pub. So
Why did I think the dog was named Philip?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But Patrick would be upset with that.
But yeah, Patrick's. I blame Val. It's always Val's fault.
Oh, does Kazian have a boyfriend?
Oh, shit.
Not yet.
Somebody
Okay,
who's a dead motherfucker that can't
Because
pick up
Patrick is oblivious.
Is anybody joining Kaz at the dock, or are you all gonna go get drunk while Kaz has to deal with this shit?
I raise a fist and forearm at Kazian, kind of like a fist bump thing. I'll go with you.
I will go as well.
One thing the Queen brings up as well. Also, Kazian, you'll represent Elle within the Frozen Hunt in Tella in 3 days. Be prepared.
Tala. 3 days.
Tala.
Got it.
Okay.
Guess we're going to Tala, folk.
Oh.
Now, Mother, if you'll excuse us, I'll go deal with the dock issue. And if anything else comes up, send word.
All right. So
And then
who's all joining within this thing? Sorry.
Wyverner, I would imagine.
Drake is.
I.
So we have Aludra, or Loach. Drakus, are you going?
I am.
Kaz, and then Huck, you're going?
Yep.
Okay.
Selena, are you coming? Fantasy?
Fantasy.
Hello? Can you hear me?
There you are. Now we
Oh.
can.
Now you can.
Okay.
Hey.
I'm gonna go to the workshop.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay. So you all go in the same direction. Val, you don't know that anybody left.
Yeah, no, because I went to the library to get those papers filed away.
So, on your way out, Fantasy, you go down into the workshop, and everybody else begins to make their trek into onto the dock. I'm going to do Fantasy first. Fantasy, you walk down the beautiful stone stairs within the kingdom. The wood trees' roots built in within the stone flourishing, beautiful little white petaled roses and bits of holly within the ground. And it is a warmer winter day within the. And there you hear the sound of working metal, steam, and other mechanical bits within the workshop. And you hear a familiar. Well, actually, I don't know if you've met Laron yet. Have you? I don't think you have.
I don't think
you
so
hear-
either.
I think
Yep,
I'm the only one who had.
Yeah. Drakus, you actually would have met Laron because the healing chamber was in his workshop.
Well, then both my characters have met him.
Yep. You
Kazian did when he
come
came by
down-
the temple.
You come down, you hear the voice of, "Ah! Why does nothing ever work here?" As you walk in through the door, you see a salt and peppered hair gnome, old, big workshop kind of goggles onto his face, his hair blown out, beard on his face, and he, within leather jacket and clothing, looks over to you and says, "Oh, hello, little elf girl.
Hello.
I have a gift for you.
All right.
Oh, first, my name is Laron. I am the tinkerer here, and maker of wonderful things within the kingdom.
It's good to meet you.
And your name?
Oh, I'm Selena.
Nice to meet you, Selena. I like your hair, and I like your flowers. They're quite pretty.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. So, he begins to like dart around his workshop, looking through like these different shelves and such. And he's like, "Where did I put that?" You hear the clinking of certain like metal things among each other, and he goes, "Ah, I found it!" And he brings out it looks like a crystallized, like they're like shoulder pad.
Ooh.
They are made of a purple and pink crystal. They kind of shimmer within greens and such. It's very, it's a very pretty stone. It also, like, as you look at it differently, it also switches to jade coloring and such. So it's very interesting. Changes with it.
Okay.
This, you may or may not like these, but I hope you do. We found them within a cavern. We've identified them. I will give you this warning. They are considered cursed, but not much of a negative effect on them, besides that you can't take them off till you're dead.
Okay.
But okay.
That's fine with me.
He kind of like, just like he's being very wary of, like, I should tell you all these things before you take it.
Well, thank you.
Thanks. Would you like to know what they do?
Yes, please.
Okay. These, I don't know what they do once you attune to them, but apparently they're supposed to change with your wild shape.
Oh, okay.
So, from my understanding, it gives a +2 to your AC even within your, yeah. So what it does is it gives a +2 to your AC to all your wild shapes.
Okay.
Like, he does give a little bit of warning. They might get a little crazy if you turn into anything with fire.
Fire. Duly
Yeah.
noted.
Thank you. Yeah. I don't know how that works. It's mostly a nature-based magic. So it's a little crazy.
Okay, well.
It might have some other things to them. The enchantment's a little weird. It's a little hard to discern everything. But
Okay.
so far, they seem pretty cool.
All right.
Hope you
I'm
like
more
them.
than willing. Oh, I bet you I
Okay.
will. Thank
Do you want to attune to them there? Or do you want to
Probably
go try
not.
and... Okay. All right.
'Cause that would be weird.
Okay. Are you going to go meet everybody at the dock or what?
Maybe just like in the background, just watching. Just be like,
Okay.
hello.
Hello. Okay, so you go make your way back up. There you also see Val coming back out of the library and looking very confused. Oh,
Where's
where
everyone
the heck
gone?
did everybody go?
Oh, they went outside.
Very
The
true.
dock.
Ah,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You got now going to the other group. You guys make your beautiful trek to the docks of where there is actually the only amount of wood within all of El, which is
Yeah, because we build cities smart, Norway.
But you there see the dispute between. Oh shit! If I could remember. You guys have seen him once. He is a furbolg with purplish hair. You know him as Kulu, and his crystal mind, or fuck, I can't remember the name. Shard mind assistant. Not disputing with a small halfling individual that is beautifully adorned within a red cap, red and green clothing. They're right next to a few crates. Next to him, and you hear, "I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that, sir. Those are tainted."
Real quick, just for context sake, is this the same dock that Dracus, Kazian, and Abel escaped in back at the beginning?
No,
okay.
That was the mainland.
Was it mainland? Oh,
that was the mainland.
Oh.
Yep, that was the mainland.
If you haven't heard the terrible audio that is episode 0, go check it out on our YouTube channel and laugh your ass off because Abel blew himself up.
Shameless
don't
plug
tell him
here.
the good part. Okay.
No, but like leading up to that is the funny bit.
Yeah.
I mean, self-harm is in there a little bit.
This is your
punch
first
themselves in the face.
As you guys get close to it, you also begin to hear a second dispute from the ship, as you hear what sounds to be a pompous-sounding voice of a wood elf man from the ship saying, "Oh, good gentlemen, please help me. Bring my things that way and over there." Yes. And then you hear a familiar voice, Kazian, of your commander being like, "You didn't even pay us! Like, you're not the one hiring us. I am part of the royalty within this land. You do what I say." "No, we are not. My men are my men."
Okay, so I recognize my commander's voice. In the last 3 months, assuming I've met a few members of the court, do I recognize the pompous voice?
No.
Yeah, Kazian's going to fix his ring. He's going to lean to Huck and go, "You mind going and dealing with those ones? I know one of the parties over here." And he's going to point at the halfling and the furbolg and just tell Huck, just say it's on mine and my mother's authority.
All right.
And then
So
Kazian's
did
going
you
to head
give them-
towards his commander.
You gave them the ring?
No,
Yes?
I fixed the ring to make sure it's very visible.
Okay. You make your way up the dockway, going up the board, passing a few what seems to be fresh recruits to what you know as the Kraken mercenary group.
Kraken's Fist.
Kraken's Fist, yes. Mercenary group. As they look at you and they're just like, you're making a way. Sorry, so
Yeah, Kazian is going to pull out what would have been his badge of rank, which he wasn't super high ranked, but he's still a member of the company.
Yeah.
And we never decided on a name for the commander that I remember.
Oh yeah.
He's just the commander.
Let's do
Tizzlechick.
The commando.
Let's
Foreign
go with
Tizzlechick.
Samson. Can we go with Samson?
No, you go with Sam for all sorts of stuff. We already have a Samson.
I have a
But I like Fizzlechick. Let's go with Fizzlechick.
Fizzlechick?
I'm even going to put it in game notes.
Garrison Fizzlechick.
Oh, Garrison Fizzlechick.
Commander of the Kraken's Fist Mercenary.
Norwegian.
Mercenaries. Garrison. Fizzlechick. With a C, should it just be with a K or a CK?
With an X.
Just a C. Just a C.
Just a C. Oh, I put X's instead of Z's.
Silent X.
Fizzlechick.
Whatever.
There we go.
That works.
All right.
Yeah, so
and
he's he's stepping forward, just kind of pushing past them with this rather large and armed group behind him. Commander Fizzlechick, what's going on?
As he turns around and looks at you and says, Kazian River Shield, my boy!
Long time no see, sir. And he's gonna go in for the bro hug, full on thing.
He goes to like grab you and then like sweeps your leg and just kind of like goes to chuck you over his arm. He's like, "How dare you touch your commander, boy!"
Yeah, I'm going to roll acrobatics there.
Okay.
Come on, roll like the character. Come on. 9. I'm on my ass.
Yeah. You feel this heft of a human man just swing you over his shoulder, and he just slams you. For those that don't know, this guy, he is adorned in what is a plate chest armor that holds the symbol of the Kraken Fist upon it. He has a scar on his left cheek. Now he is grizzled, blonde, a few bits of gray coming in. Looks to be within his 40s to 50s, and life has hit him pretty decently hard.
Yeah, you guys would recognize the symbol as his armor as the same one that was on Kazian's.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kazian, once he hits his ass, he'd just be like, damn it, I was going to try and do the same thing to you, and then he's going to tap him on the head with the ring. And as I told you, I don't work for you anymore. You're working for me.
Same old.
Right, he's gonna...
still here.
Now, what's this I hear about some pompous ass claiming to be royalty of this land? And he's going to look over the commander's shoulder.
You look to see a very well-dressed silver and gold looking gentleman. He is in very nicely dressed robes. Those that are actually close to the design of what your mother was wearing. He also holds to his side what is a golden flute. He sits straight up. He looks to be like he holds himself as if he was well learned and royal.
And may I ask your name, sir?
My name is Lord Richard of Alutois. No, fuck. I fucked up. I fucked up on my own goddamn. Yeah, pretty fucking badly.
Completely different character.
No, it's his name is Richard. I'm just trying to remember the islands. It's Alotus.
Lord Richard of Alotus.
Yes. I have
pleasure to meet you, sir. I am Prince Kazian Silver River Shield of L. And Kazian's going to hold out the ring as Val taught him for, kiss my fucking ring, bitch, kind of thing.
Can I roll to see that from a distance?
Sure.
All right.
Make a perception check.
Go, Gadget perception check.
Do it. Be proud of me, Daddy.
Gadget perception check.
And boom, 17.
17. All right. Yeah, you'd be able to see him like actually doing that quite well, and now a little tear kind of comes up to you, and he's like, "My boy's growing up."
They grow up so fast.
He's being a dick, just like I taught him.
Oh yes.
He looks at you. He looks at you, and says, "Oh, so you're my nephew."
Kazian's jaw drops open.
Wait,
What?
What?
Record scratch.
Yes. The queen.
Okay.
What?
Roll
My
back a
sister
bit.
not told
Nephew?
you? Yes, nephew, Richard. Richard.
Uncle
Yeah, uncle.
Richard, Uncle Dick. Did Mom tell me about an Uncle Dick? No, I don't remember any Uncle Dick.
I hope not.
You know what?
Don't touch me, you're not my uncle.
You know
Sorry, it
what?
was too easy of a setup.
Why am I surprised?
Well, I may have been training and I may be a prince, but Kazian's still an asshole.
Apparently, my sister hasn't told you of me.
Nope.
But yes, I am your Uncle Richard.
Dono. Because obviously I would have had to have learned at least a little bit about the islands. How big is the island and how important is the one that he seems to rule?
His is the floating city of Elotus. Alotus.
Alotus.
It protects the skies of El. And most gods, or most people that are worshipped there, are those of war fighting and of the storm.
Okay, so they're kind of Cord followers, soldiers.
Yeah, they're like Cord, Greek gods, etc.
They're the army.
Yeah, they are the Air Force, kind of, but also brown guys. So, and there, if our newest player would like to join us, to his side is his faithful cleric, dressed in silver and gold. Would you please describe your character?
So I'm going to stop you there really quick just to say that because of the way you say silver and gold, the song from Rudolph
It
getting
did the same to me.
Yes.
Same to me.
I know, okay? But it's the colors of the god. Okay.
My mom was neighbors with Burl Ives.
So she is a fairly young woman. She stands to be about 5'7". She's very fair-skinned. She has very long, wavy, golden hair and golden eyes. And then her shirt would also have an emblem of a raised sword on it.
And she is within the dispute. And you hear the commander come up and be like, "Why haven't you had her do any of this heavy lifting? My men do enough as it is protecting people."
Commander Fizzlechuk, would you do it as a favor to me and my mother, your newest potential client, as to have your newest recruits, and Kazian, turning away from Richard, gives him a wink at that point, move the equipment where it needs to go, while you, my apparent uncle, and my party escort up to the castle.
Make a persuasion check.
And I have advantage.
Because of your armor. And
Yeah.
because you are in the presence of royalty, you get to add your proficiency to it.
Woohoo!
Number
Sweet. I didn't have proficiency on that before. So that's okay, so that's gonna be a +4 because I still have trash wisdom.
In the meantime, cut the Huck trying to argue with dock workers in the middle of this.
It's not
23.
your wisdom, it's your charisma to make
Yeah,
a
but
persuasion.
like I said, my wisdom, my intelligence, and my charisma are all kind of trash. I only have a +1, so
It's
yeah,
fun
23.
to make somebody that 23. Your commander looks at you, gives a nod of respect, and says, "For you, Prince Kazian," as he kind of gives like a little bit of a sarcastic tone, "I will take care of this pompous asshole's baggage. Thank you."
Thank you, Commander.
And he goes off on his way.
Yeah, and then cut to Huck.
Okay, so the rest of the group comes up to what is a familiar furbolg for... Actually, none of you recognize this furbolg at all, because it wasn't you that went to go see him.
It was me, wasn't it?
No, actually, it was
was-
what was it? Fucking Windiest Tales character, Abel.
Oh,
Abel.
Yep. You guys come to this disagreement. There are 2 crates off to the side. They are small, full of hay, and you can't really see what's inside of them. But now the dispute is basically, I'm not taking those. Right, I'm not taking those, buddy. Those are tainted, they're bad, and they're not going to do anybody any good. And I'm not using them to grow my fucking shit. All right?
All right. Break it up here.
No. You hear the halfling pipe up. No. He said that he would buy these from me, and I swear to God, if a man is not going to be to his word, then he needs to fulfill his promises. I came all the way from the mainland to freaking bring this to him. It's not my fault that it went bad on the way here. They took too long. They're waiting for these freaking mercenaries and all that. That little royal prick up there.
I missed that last part.
And that little royal prick up there took too long getting his hair all done. Which, looking at Lord Richard, he is actually, like, he has very well combed. He is very well kept, clean shaven individual. And he looks like he probably puts nail polish on his fingers.
Well, in all fairness, Half Pint, it ain't his fault you took too long.
It's not my fault either.
Well, then just
Drag
walk
it.
away.
Drakus. Let me handle this one. I'm very sorry for your predicament, sir. The royal court will happily reimburse you. Just please end this dispute and just go back to your ship.
I lean
Well,
into
I'm going
Huck
to need
and say,
payment first.
I can always just pitch him into the ocean.
He hears that and says, "You dare do that."
I
Then
would
we'll have a
hope it wouldn't come to that, Drakus.
I'm right.
How much?
This halfling has got some like major sash. Well, let's see here. I've got 10 healing potions. 2 greater. Let's see here. 1,000 gold for the whole pot.
1,000 gold for a few crystals.
Everything. No, the actual healing potions. You would know. Actually, make an Arcana check for me.
I'm actually decent at these now.
Yay! Took long enough.
Yep.
Arcana.
This is all,
sort of decent.
This is all on you, Huck. I lost all my gold when I was captured.
Yep.
That's a 16.
16. It's pretty decently well known for those that live within L that how to grow healing crystals is actually to use healing potions as the liquid to grow the crystals.
Okay.
So
well, unfortunately, sir, I don't have that kind of money now, I can write you a voucher. You can stop up at the court tomorrow with it and receive payment.
Tomorrow? I gotta get out of here today.
Who all's with me right now?
So you have Drakus, Loach, and I think that's it, actually.
Okay, I do want to lean over to Loich then. Having sway here?
Very persuasive. Always.
Loach, you haven't gotten your gold from your mom yet. In a little
You
bit.
have yet to receive your allowance.
Yep.
How much would that be?
1,000 gold.
What is it?
It's 1,000 gold, and it's 10 potions and 2 greater potions.
I haven't.
Man, that's
received it
overpriced.
yet, but they want it now, though. So.
Kagan said he'd take care of it. If somebody else can grab the other half.
And technically, it's a little underpriced because 10 healing potions is about 50 gold each.
Can I
so
make
that'd
an
be
intimidate?
500, and then it'd be like 250 for each greater. So it's about 1,000 actually.
Can I try to intimidate him into cutting the price?
What are you saying to intimidate him?
I lean down and look him in the face and say, "You
I'm
can
gonna get in
take,
so many fucking trouble for this.
you can take half, or I can pitch you out to sea."
Make an intimidation roll.
Any way I can assist him on that?
Sure.
Oh shit!
You want? Okay. The Royal Guard is beginning to intimidate a market man.
Technically not Royal Guard, but
Yeah, you're part of the guard for the castle.
kind of above the guard.
Yeah.
Parallel.
You're a knight.
I'm just
You're
some
on the
peasant
edge of
that's
royalty.
along for the ride.
You're all
what'd
currently
you get?
representing the royal court, though. I'm gonna get in so much fucking trouble.
I mean, I am royalty, so.
Well,
I
I'll
mean,
just throw this out there. I've been captured for months now, and I'm just done
You have
with
some pent-up
people's
rage?
bullshit.
Oh, you got a 6.
Oh my god! A 16 and a 6. Remember to call out your rolls for the audio, guys.
Yeah.
The 16 was from my Arcana check.
Oh,
roll to
you
assist.
have advantage. You have
Oh.
advantage, Drakus, because Huck is helping you. So roll again.
Come on, dice roller.
Go, dice roll.
10.
10.
Wonderful.
Drakus, I need
Yes.
you to make a Constitution save. As this halfling knocks you straight in the balls for even trying to intimidate him. As he now releases
19.
a stunning strike upon you. 19. You make it. It hurts. Your balls are ringing. And he's like, what about that? Also, you're going to take...
I would like to grab him.
Yeah, I would like
You're
to
gonna
grab
take-
him around the neck.
Make a
Has
grapple
Kazi
check.
finished his interaction yet?
Has Val arrived
this-
yet?
This is going on while Kazian's doing his interaction with the guard.
And has Val arrived yet?
I am a barbarian after
Not
all.
quite yet.
Oh, somebody's gonna get
I'll say that
stabbed.
you're able to. I'd say that you've got him grappled, but he's like wiggling around and trying to hit you in the face and shit.
Stop moving before I yeet you in the ocean.
I
remember
like
to
to
call out
see
your
it's
roll.
dry, boy.
Drakus, let me have this one. And I would like to reach down and grab the halfling by the collar
Okay, make a grapple
and
check.
lift him up. do, 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 do.
With advantage because Drakus is holding him as well. So
Don't
he's
With
fail
advantage.
Huck, do not fail a grapple check against a monk. You'll make fighters look bad.
That's a 13.
It's a 13. All right. As you go to Drakus, you go to let him go to Huck. He disengages from you, moves away, and he goes like, "All right, motherfuckers, who's? All right, you guys want to get violent? Let's get violent." And he slams down a crystal, and you see what pops out is a water elemental. Like, who wants to fuck with Biggie?
Did he just summon a Squirtle?
More like a
choose you!
Blastoise. More like a Blastoise.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I haven't. When am I going to receive said allowance from my mother?
You're supposed to do it soon. You probably haven't been to the post office recently.
You had 3 months.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
been...
So I have it.
That's it. I'm gonna eat him.
So I have it.
All right. Who's gonna go? Are we gonna start a fight here?
I'm ready with the music.
To be fair, he
All
started
right.
the fight. He attacked first.
Technically, you guys tried to intimidate him.
That's not an attack.
This shop person don't take no shit.
See, still, it's the one who attacked first.
Guys, do I have that 1,000 gold?
If she doesn't, if she does the money, this would have been different.
Coach, I will say yes. You have not received at least 1,000 gold. And Huck, you might have that too. Remember, you get an allowance as a knight.
Oh, I did not know that. I only have 500.
It's a monthly. You should have gained, you have the ability to get 250 from the Queen every month as payment.
Then I probably would have been getting that since I've been at the capital the entire time.
Well,
So you'd have 1,250.
So pretty much all that was for nothing. None of that should have
I
happened.
was gonna say, if that's the case, then we need to roll this back because that would have changed my actions a bit.
Nope, you guys did this. You're supposed to keep track
Because
of
I
your
didn't
shit.
have the money. I didn't think I
You
had the
gotta
money.
keep track of your shit. As a
Can I
player,
do
you're
any-
No one told me that I was getting money.
I
do
told
anything
you
as
that
princess?
forever ago with Huck, when you first started rolling them up, and when you first
Can I
joined
do
the campaign.
anything as princess?
You can make a decree. You can try and persuade him out of it. You guys aren't quite in initiative yet.
Shit, my
He's waiting for
persuasion
one
is
of you to
shit.
try something.
Val
I'm
needs
not
to get
gonna
there.
try anything. I get an allowance
I'd say
from
Val's
my mother.
probably about
No.
15 minutes away.
What was Loesch saying?
This has gone
look.
on long enough. I get an allowance from my mother. I will pay it.
All right. He says, all right. It's going to be 1,100 now.
Okay,
So
I'm
I just-
eating him.
I am
Drakus,
sorry,
calm your shit!
but as princess,
Kazian, you do see this now, as there is a water elemental on your dock.
Commander, excuse me a moment, and Kazian is going to storm over, screaming, "What the fuck are you all doing?"
It is not my fault. They started it. I stood here and watched as they devolved into something.
You're royalty! We're supposed to be dealing with this quietly! There's a fucking water elemental! Who summoned the water elemental?
Well, they wouldn't let me eat him
I
off the
did.
dock.
These guys tried freaking grappling me.
Okay, Kazian is going to grab the halfling and
punched the
lift
dragon
him
in the
up to
mouth.
his eye level.
Don't you even
I am
touch
Prince
make a grapple
Kazian of
check.
El. You are going to shut the fuck up right now or I'm going to kill you. And I have diplomatic immunity, so test me, little man. Get rid of the water elemental. The castle is just about a half-hour travel away. You will come with us and we will pay you. You will then leave this land and never come back. And I would like to roll intimidation.
Sure, go for it.
Can I assist?
Also, I'm
No,
kind of
it's
sad
just
Barry is
Kazian.
not with us.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's probably sleeping in the church.
Oh.
Also, I still have royalty around me, so I defer to you if I get to use that ability.
It's when you're in the presence and dealing with them.
Okay.
So this is not
12.
considered. 12.
To
Roll
intimidate.
persuasion with that as well.
Okay.
Because he's definitely not intimidated. But the idea of gold and the fact that he's dealing with the prince gives him a little
Still
bit of
might
something.
get yeeted.
18.
18. He looks at you and says, "You're not very scary, prince. But you can get me the gold. I'll be on my way. And I'll get
He's
the
going
hell out of
to
here."
he's going to set him down and say, "Get rid of the water elemental, and you can come with the rest of us. We're all going to the castle, and we'll get you your payment."
All right. He taps his toe. The gem comes back. Back to a full actual like gem from being shattered, and he touches the water elemental with it, and it returns back into the crystal.
Who was the guy that he was dealing with?
I'm trying to. It's
Yes, uncle.
no. The commander was dealing with the uncle.
Kulu the Furbolg.
Yeah, Kazian's going to turn to the Furbolg.
And Kalu. His name is Kalu.
Kazian's going to turn to Kalu. Kalu, if you must order from this gentleman again, he is to only send a courier. And you will pay half up front from now on. If the potions go bad, the royal treasury will reimburse you for that half. Is that agreeable to you, little man?
They both look at each other and say, "I don't think I'll be." Kalu goes, "I don't think I'll be ordering from this man again, but understand."
Works for me.
Agree upon that. Okay.
Works for me. Now,
Val, you now come in Val and Selena, you are now walking into the dock. It seems like the whole dispute has been done. Oh, wait, Val, you didn't see Kazian actually do that because you weren't there yet. Dang it, that's right. So, that was a little weird. The thing with Richard, yeah.
I mean, from a distance,
he
like,
felt it.
There's the cliffs.
He
and
felt it
different
in his heart
vantage
that
points.
Kazian was doing good.
It was a disturbance in the force.
I really want that level of barbarian.
Yeah, well, I really wanted to eat the halfling owed to the last time we were at the docks.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, a shipment of health potions. How nice. He picks one up and starts looking at it.
Make an Arcana check on it.
What?
Make an Arcana check on it.
Awesome.
I'm waiting for Val to be like, these aren't actually health potions.
I have proficiency and +6.
Okay.
Holy shit, man. Sorcerers have
got.
good Arcana stats.
That's 12.
Yeah. 12. Oof. It's not hard to tell that these are very fermented health potions.
So are you trying to heal them or get them drunk?
Does Drakus hear that?
You're not actually 100% sure.
Not sure, but
these could cause a wild magic type thing to happen if someone were to drink them.
Did Drakus hear the thing about drunk?
Being fermented? Probably.
He kind of taps the glass a little bit just to hear it's vibrating. Yeah, there's something a little wild about these potions.
So I'll skip through this all. You guys go. Cassian, you go take the man to the thing. You walk him back to the dock.
No. I have him escorted by guards.
Yes. But he is brought back to the dock with you all, and you now have 10 regular, I'll say, wild potions of healing, and 2 greater wild potions of healing.
I'm going to have those sent to what's his name? Samson?
Samuel?
Yeah, Samuel. I'm gonna have those sent to Samuel. Val, maybe you work with Samuel and see if we can use these for anything useful.
That sounds wonderful. Who is this Samuel?
You've met Samuel. He's the druidic.
He's the druid furball that's like part tree.
Yeah.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Oh,
Okay.
you haven't met Samuel yet. I would have figured you had. You need to meet Samuel. You'll love him.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
He's my
Loach.
therapist.
I was there for that.
I know.
All right. So crisis averted. The new armored individual. Would you like to chime in and maybe discuss something so you can talk to the group?
I think she was left back with Uncle Dick, wasn't she?
No, I was coming. She was just kind
Oh.
of quietly watching in amusement.
Just wait. She's
Okay.
actually Uncle Dick's kid, and she's my cousin. We're all related.
Completely
It's
different
like
skin tone.
Alabama.
Hey,
Alabama.
hey.
Who's this foxy little thing?
Dracus.
Fucking pervy sage.
Kazian actually is going to turn and
He
go,
shall be
I didn't
named
actually
Uriah."
catch your name, though, when talking to Uncle Dick. What is your name?
You have an Uncle Dick.
Apparently.
Wow. Greetings.
Small pencil is
I am
also
Reyna.
well.
Such maturity.
Donna, you gave us way too much with that one.
Don't touch me there. You're not my uncle.
Sorry, Kyoko, I couldn't hear you over everybody else.
Yeah, that drunk over there. Greetings. I am Reyna of the Temple of Sif.
Pleasure to meet you, Reyna. Welcome to the Isle of El. I apologize that you had to come here. Unfortunately bad day. It appears the commander and my uncle have transported to my mother. Personally, I don't want to get involved with that right now, so would anybody like to go have a drink at the pub?
I think we have an angry halfling to deliver to the capital.
I've got potions
Already
to
dealt
study.
with.
Already dealt with. We kind of like time skip that shit.
Ah, and yeah, drinks.
Does
All
this
right.
mean
Alcohol,
Got
anybody?
potions to study.
Does this mean she's got the good communion wine?
Drunk,
You
you're
don't know
going
that
to
she's a
hell so
cleric yet.
quickly.
I did say I was from a temple.
Yeah, that's true, but they don't know if you're a cleric or a paladin.
Oh,
What kind of armor are you holding? Or wearing, if you don't mind me asking.
Cassian.
A chain shirt.
Hey, Cassian.
Okay.
I'm gonna need you to spot me a few gold. I kind of lost everything, all my gear, everything while I was gone. All I've got left is the wrap, and then the one that you used.
Oh
The
yeah, here
homeless
you go.
guy
And
is-
Kazian's going to take it out of the bag of to him.
Can I just say this? The homeless guy is hitting on the temple worker.
Sorry, we don't give free handouts.
That's not the kind of hand thing I'm looking for.
Oh,
Raise your hand if you're going to hell.
I
Val doesn't
Here's
believe in
the
hell.
twist. We're going to the city of brass next.
God.
Oh god, I gave Dono an idea, didn't
Yep.
I? Damn it.
Okay. But you guys continue your way to the local Henry's pub, where there you are greeted with Patrick and his beloved red husky, that dog with the white upon his face. Beautiful, piercing blue eyes as he greets you at the door with a bark and a yelp. And you say, and he says, "Welcome, friends! Glad to see you here again. It was like we just saw you yesterday."
We've been here pretty much every day, so I would hope so. Now, Patrick, we have some things to celebrate.
Yes.
Blaze and his wife are now rulers of Norror Wey. They're off on their own. My friend Dracus here has been pardoned, and I'm officially prince. So I need
Pardoned of
something
what?
very strong so I can forget that fact.
Pardon me, if you don't mind me asking.
What did he say?
Pardon of what? There.
Oh, he got possessed, and what was possessing him started the fires in Norror Wey.
You see his face kind of go, "Oh!"
But an astral dragon apparently sucked all the bad out, so we're good. He used to be red and black, now he's just red.
Oh yeah,
Sorry,
she
was that
sucked
racist?
me good.
What? He's got this face of surprise and a little bit of sweat, and he's like, "You need the good ale."
Oh, we need the strongest stuff you got. And, if
whoever's
maybe
paying for
you
this-
want to have a drink later, you should come and sit down and join me. And Kazian's going to give him a wink because he already knows he's oblivious.
He sees that and he's like, "I might need to." But for whoever's paying for this, mark off, I'll say 5 gold because you're getting the good ale.
Kazian's
And with
got
all
it.
of you there. All right. You guys go throughout the night, party, have fun, any kind of role playing that you guys are wanting to do.
Val went to go study the potions with the tree guy.
Oh, okay. Are you going to leave the people to party? Or do that?
I assumed that once the business on the docks were done, once Kazian suggested that I would take the potions and go study them with the tree guy. Like, no, there's this big weird thing of stuff to do. I don't care about drinking.
Yeah, no, Kazian would have dragged Val along, though.
Ah!
Like, I think by now we're all aware that if we make a suggestion like that, you're gonna go start doing it unless we're like, no, you need to socialize. Come on, introvert.
Okay. So I'll say that, Val, you're able to sneak off as the rest of them begin to drink their lovely asses away and get shit-faced. Get shit-faced within Henry's pub.
Huck would
sneak
spin
off to the castle. Oh,
sorry.
Nope,
go ahead.
You're good. Actually, Huck, thank you for speaking up for a second. Patrick actually comes to you and takes you off to the side and pays you for your ale within the tavern.
Awesome.
Which you can mark, I think it's 50 gold that he pays you every single month.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, because you are one of the brewers that
Yes,
give
I
him
are.
stuff. Okay. Yes, Huck, you.
I was just gonna say he would spend a fair amount of time partying, but at some point he'd probably find himself alone in the corner, studying his book.
Okay. Make an intelligence
if
check
anyone
with disadvantage, because you're
What?
shit-faced.
Oh,
You drank, motherfucker.
He's not necessarily actually like trying to find anything specific. It's just sort of a.
Oh, you're okay. You're just reading
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not like
All
looking for anything specific. It's more just. Yeah.
Okay. So I will go. Okay, let's go to Val then. As you guys have had your happy time within the tavern, some of you passing the fuck out. So you don't have that
Dracus and
con.
Kazian getting into a drinking competition.
Oh, yeah. You
Yes,
guys are
I would
taking
like to see
shots.
that happen.
Yeah. We'll come back to it in just a second then. Yeah. Let's do it now.
I would
Okay.
like to point out that since all this happened, Dracus's drinking habit has increased exponentially.
Granted,
Except
this
you
is
haven't been
probably-
able to drink for months.
Yep. You've been passed out in a freaking little tube, my dude.
I know.
And then
but now
before
that
that,
I'm-
you spent like a month in captivity.
Now that I'm awake, that's happening.
Yep. You're rebuilding your constitution.
Drinking away my sorrows.
All right, Dracus, we haven't gone to do this since that time you got stabbed with a banana.
That's not even funny.
Drinking competition.
Let's do it.
All right. Patrick comes out with
all of a sudden
3.
become Arnold Schwarzenegger?
So Patrick comes to the table, 3 shots on the table, and brings out a very strong drink. It looks to be a clear white in that color. As he pops the lid, the fermentation hits your nose, and for those that are not used to drinking, it's almost hard for you to breathe it in. It is so strong. And he says, "This should be a good way. Now, this right here should be a very good way to test who is the stronger man. Now, you only get 3, and whoever's paying for this, you owe me another 2 gold."
I got it.
Okay.
Kazian's gonna pay 2 more gold.
Good, because
And he
God
pours-
knows I got no money.
He gives both of you the 3 shots. You sets it up, and he's like, "All right, when I say win, boys, take your shots. He looks at you both. Win!
Constitution
Roll
saving
these-
throws?
Yep, roll cons.
Con or con save?
Con saves.
16 for the first one.
11 for the first one.
Dracus, as you have not drinking in quite a long time, you have this shot hit your mouth, and it burns so bad. If you weren't of Red Dragonborn, it probably sear your throat. And your vision begins to kind of like swirl a little bit. You puke up really quick, lean back, and pass out. Kazian, you see this happen, and then you realize, oh god. And you get a moment of realizing it's going to come up. It's going to come up quick.
He's just got that.
Make another con save for me. Tell me what you got.
15.
Yeah, you're gonna hurl your guts out and pass out. And
I won.
Exactly. So Patrick looks at both of you and says, "Well, you didn't finish your shots. I guess nobody caught it." And he's gonna take one of the shots and just take it down the throat. What the girls see. Ladies, you are now the only ones awake, except for Huck. And yeah, you may.
The boys can't hold their liquor.
So I'm assuming,
Apparently.
did Raina get invited to go do this drinking thing? I'm assuming.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So she's gonna say, "Can I have one of those too, please?"
Yes, he hands you the 3 shots that are left. He says, "Have at it. He already paid for them. And
Sounds good.
yeah. Are you gonna take a shot?
Yes, I am.
Make a con save. Go. What'd you get? Val, you are actually on your way to go see Samuel, which I imagine Kazian would have told you.
Worse than
natural
You
one.
take that, the moment it hits your lips, it is so foul of an alcohol that you're just like, before it even gets down to
You
your
just
throat.
drank Pabst mixed with 151
Yeah, I don't
It's,
think I'll do that again.
and moonshine.
MD 2020 and moonshine.
Yeah.
Can I try one
Like
of the
that.
shots?
Sure, go for it. Make a con save.
So is Raina just unconscious with us now?
Oh no, she like that hit her lips and she spit it out so quick before it even went down her throat. She couldn't even put
Not
it
good.
like let it enter into her body. A 10 allows it to enter in. If you guys
Dirty
want-
20!
Dirty 20, you take it like a fucking champ.
Boys can't hold their fucking liquor.
That burned so bad going down that felt like your breath weapon coming out. But you
Oh yeah,
take
that's
it,
right. You spit
squeeze.
acid, don't you, Lush?
Yep.
Ah, yes, I do.
That's why you can do it.
Mm-hmm. So you take that and you're just like, that was easy. With a little squint in your eye and just like, that was the good alcohol.
She's just bragging about it like, Princess beat the prince.
True, it's true.
Hey, I was competing against Dracus, and I
You're not
won because I lasted through 1 shot.
You technically threw it up though, so
So I win.
neither of you won. You both lost.
You're both face
But,
down in a bar. You both lost.
Well, at least they're sleeping.
But there's still one more shot, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. Is anybody wanting to take a shot?
Nope.
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 All right, there's the unholy.
Yeah.
Oh, Val. Val's left. You look around and Val's gone. Not anywhere to be found. Which turns to Val. You now make your way to the
I think
kingdom.
Lork has just passed out.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, crap!
Oh, did you take the next shot?
Yeah, I did.
12. Yep, you pass out. You throw.
Hey, I survived the first shot, so I win.
True. I just watch all of this and just silently
Fantasy?
laugh.
Fantasy is now you and your new friend
Greg.
that is left
My
awake.
character's passed
Huck is
out.
in the corner reading a book. So, okay, Val. And we'll come back to you guys if you want to later. Val, you make your way to the castle. You are explained that there's a watchtower to the back of the castle where Samuel is actually at. You knock on the door, enter in, and you are greeted with what sounds like a bunch of sleeping birds. Upon a giant tree in the middle of this castle, there is a above top of it, there is a telescope as large as one could imagine it to be, seated within this tree. Stairs among the sides of the walls, spiraling up, connecting to the tree in certain areas where you can see two different houses within it. And you see the head, and you see the head pop out of a brown-haired furbolg, green skin, look down and say, who are you?
Well, my name is Valaman Dragnok. I am a compatriot of the prince and arcane advisor to
you know
him.
Kazian.
I do.
You know Kazian.
I taught him
Okay.
most of everything he knows about being a decent human being.
Kazian throws up in the pub at that. Just
You can, even from so far away, you can see him kind of like squint his face, be like,
Disturbance in the force.
it's hard to do that, isn't it?
Very. I come to talk to you about the odd potions we confiscated.
Odd potions, you say? All right.
Odd healing potions. I'll
Come
take a
on
little
up.
vial of this.
Did you bring like both the giant crates with you?
Yes.
Oh, you like carried these things out.
Yes, take a look at a vial of this stuff.
You start bringing them up the stairs, and Samuel's just like, you know what? I'll come down to you. There you see him open up the door, and actually says something underneath of his breath, and you see lights appear all among the tree, and it lights up the entire tower. As he begins to walk down the steps. He comes, meets your eyes, and this dude's tall. Like, he is about 7'10", 7'5". You're
Solid foot
looking
over
up at him.
Val.
Yep, he's a big dude. He come, and like Kazian said, his left arm is completely made out of plants. Like, it is vinish, like it looks like a hand, an arm. And it moves around, that you can notice. But it is completely made out of, actually probably wouldn't know what kind of plant it is. But yeah. And it goes underneath of his sleeve, and he reaches out with his right hand, that isn't his plant hand. He says, hello, son. Val, was it?
Yes,
Solomon?
Val goes and
Rocknot?
shakes the hand, clasping it in both hands. Yes, very nice to
He kind of like, he has a very, like, though he is this big, intimidating figure and just size, he has a very timid personality to him that you can just tell right off the bat. He's very soft-spoken, but he definitely looks at you with, like, a respect and understanding, and it doesn't give you the feeling of, like, this dude's big, but he's nice. You know? So...
Well, as I was saying, these potions were confiscated from a deal down in the docks. I took a look at them myself, and I found them to be quite odd, not quite right. Actually, I think they're very fermented.
Fermented.
He picks up a vial from one of the crates and just reaches up and
He takes like it with his large hand. He takes it out of, and like from your hand to his, it looks like it's really, really. But he looks at it, kind of inspects it. He says, "This is very interesting. It seems as though these were made with second-hand products. Basically, not the best herb and such that are needed to make
yes,
healing potions. It still will heal, from what I can tell.
that is true. However, I on closer inspection, I happened to flick the glass a couple of times, and each time was a vastly different pitch resonating with different magics, leading to me to believe that these might be wild. These might be wild potions."
That's a possibility, honestly, but he shakes it a little bit, listens to the sound of it, and he's like, "It's a bit slushed. They're thick." He pops the cork, drinks it, swashes it around in his mouth, and you see his nose. He just kind of like, nothing really happens for a second. But then you see his fur turn pink around his entire body. His arm's still green. He's like, looks at himself. It's like, interesting. Seems harmless. But let's see how long this lasts, shall we?
All right.
Hey. Where are you from, Valaman?
Well, that's hard for me to tell, as the circumstances of my upbringing were kept a secret even to myself. All I do know is that quite a bit ago, I happened to find myself not at home and have been wandering ever since. I know the name of where I'm from, I just don't know where that place happens to be. I'm from the great High Elf City. And one day I woke up and I wasn't there.
What's the name of your city? I'm actually quite well with knowledge.
The great High Elf City. At least that's what I was told it was called. I was kept in this underground compound. I didn't really get to see most of the city. Actually, it was part of a cult of sorts. We worshipped the moon. We were told to stay in the compound at all times. We did have spies on the outside, and it was my understanding that we controlled a lot of underground dealings, but we were also under the thumb of the Sun Elves, and I'm part of the Moon Elves and the Moon Elf cult. And so I don't know an awful lot about the city where I grew up. As I was said, I was raised underground.
He stops you for a second and he thinks about it. He kind of like lifts up his head. And, that's familiar.
You'd know of a city where two kinds of elves live, but one is suppressed?
I think I've read something within a history.
Histories?
Yeah, it was kind of looks at it. I think there was a gentleman from. I remember. I don't want to give you false information.
Understandable.
But if you come back later, probably in about a week, I'll give you some more information. I'll start looking at my book. No, if you don't mind. But that sounds very familiar.
Oh, well, I would be happy to. I very much miss my home, so it'd be nice to get back there.
Okay. Yeah. I Okay, yeah. I will come back in about a week or two. I will have more information. And as he says that, it's been about 5-10 minutes now, and you begin to see his fur go from a pink to now back to a greenish tint that he was before. He's like, "Oh, very interesting, right?
From whence you came.
Yeah. These potions seem perfectly fine. They might give you a bit of a mutation for a second. But from what I experienced, it seems harmless." Did you think about trying one?
I am now.
No?
I'm certainly thinking about it now. Wild magic does put me on ease, but you seem to be fine, so...
Okay.
He lifts up a small vial. What harm could it do?
Okay.
Power leveling alchemy.
All right. Roll a d100, please.
1d100, okay.
Just wait, it'll be the one where a devil starts hunting you. This is how Dono gets us to the city of brass.
21.
All right. Let me look at my list really quick. My notes. All right. 21, you said?
21.
All right. You, for a slight second, feel nothing.
Huh.
And then you begin to feel your teeth grow. And you have your two front teeth extend out, and your nose becomes fuzzy, and you have a craving for carrots.
Oh man.
He's not just an elf with dragon. He's an elf with dragon horn, rabbit face. Does he have floppy ears?
Little bunny.
Your ears do become hairy. They begin to expand out, but they aren't quite like full rabbit feeling.
Little bunny Valaman hopping through the forest, yeeted from the castle cause he looked creepy.
Do you mind if I stay until this wears off? I would rather keep my appearance.
Oh, sure.
Okay. Do you have any carrots?
Yes, actually, and you hear him like make some noise, and you actually see a bunny come from like a hole behind the tree, come out, and it's carrying a couple carrots in its mouth. It's a very tiny, very small bunny. It's actually got shorter ears and resembles a little bit of what you look like right now.
Why, thank you, small hairy one.
And no problem,
you actually hear it say, "No problem."
Well, I see that these mutations aren't really anything to be concerned about entirely, so I suppose would be no harm.
Okay?
I'll keep some just in case I need them. You know?
All right. So
I'd like to take two vials of the stuff.
You only take two. You don't want to
Only
take the
two.
whole thing.
I'm
It is
only
technically
taking
all your
200.
guys's.
There's
I mean, you can.
8 of the normal ones left, right?
Yep. 8 normal and then 2 greater.
2 vials of
You
wild...
could have them brought to the temple, Val.
I'll take the rest of the temple, yeah.
Okay.
2 vials
so that's
of
done.
wild healing.
After about 5-10 minutes pass and the teeth retract back, your ears become less fuzzy, and you return back to your handsome Valman Draknok look.
But you retain the craving for carrots.
Only for the evening.
Okay. Now, do we want to come back to the tavern? Are you guys wanting to talk about anything, or?
I think everybody's pretty much unconscious.
Okay, Val, where are
we're
you
at a good
going?
wrap-up point, I think.
I'm taking the rest of the potions to the temple.
Okay.
And then retiring for the night.
Okay.
I'm a little bit curious about what Selena wants to do.
Oh yeah, Selena, what did you want to do?
Did I hear there was a dog involved?
Yes.
There is a dog at the tavern.
Yes,
I'm gonna go pet the dog and just say hi, just socialize
Give
with
Henry love.
He looks at you and he receives it very nicely, and you kind of see, like, as you scratch him, you find a good spot behind his ear where he's just kind of like, and he like leans into you just a little bit, lets his tongue out, and
You're such a good little dog. Don't worry, y'all.
and he gives like a little howl. He's very happy to have somebody to love on and stuff. So he sits down next to you and lets you pet him. Anything else that we're wanting to do before we finish up for the day?
No, I think this is a good stopping point.
I think we're good.
Yep. All right, and so we will sign off now. I am Donna the Cleric. I have been your DM, and this has been a beautiful return to the Isles of El. Will my players please do your outros?
Thank you. I am Dracus Lothar, played by the wonderful, charismatic, good-looking, charming Drunken Monk. You can find me on TikTok at the Drunken Monk, Twitter, the Drunken Monk, Twitch, the Drunken Monk 91, and Instagram, the Drunken Monk 57.
I'm Fantasy Lover, and I'll sooner or later have a social media. Who knows?
She is on TikTok.
Yep.
But no videos.
Yep. You need to put some videos on there.
I am the Beamer playing Huck Eatman. You can find me on TikTok at _Beamer. Thank you guys for having me back.
I am Shop Goblin playing Kazian. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok under shopgoblin_, and then on Facebook as just Shop Goblin.
I am Aludra. I play Loic Adamvat. As far as I know, I'm still switching things over, but for right now, my Instagram is Aludra92. My Facebook page is Aludra. My TikTok is Aludra92, I believe, and my Twitch is Aludra. So you guys can find me there. And I hope you guys also enjoyed the new picture of Selena. I have been commissioned to do that, and I was very happy with how it came out.
It is wonderful.
Aludra
Thank
has
you.
done all of the wonderful portraits that have been on screen for the whole stream, and she also takes commissions if you guys are looking for some awesome art.
I'm Kyoko the Fox playing Reina. You can find me on TikTok, Kyoko_the Fox.
I am Noah Allen, aka Goon Daddy. You can find me on TikTok as Goon_Daddy, on Instagram as Noah_Brotomos_Allen, Twitch as an Allen0122, and I don't use my Facebook. Don't even bother looking for me there. And I was playing Valman Drucknock.
The bunny.
The bunny. The bunny.
All right.
Now that's what we need for a t-shirt is Bunny Val.
All right.
Valen?
The venture can.
I was going to say Valentine's Day, but no.
Val, shut up. The adventure continues
Someone else
next week. Till then, roll for initiative.